Hello, I'm Trip Kennedy, and this is episode 1 of Spotlight. Something is stirring, shifting ground, it's just begun. Edges are blurring all around, and yesterday is done. Feel the flow, hear what's happening, we're what's happening. Don't you know we're the movers and we're the shapers, we're the names in tomorrow's papers. Up to us, pal, to show 'em. It's our time, breathe it in. Worlds to change, worlds to win. Our turn, coming through. Me and you, pal, me and you. Feel how it quivers on the brink. Everything makes you shiver, makes you think. There's so much stuff to sing. Tell them things they don't know. Up to us, pal, to show 'em. Our time, breathe it in. Worlds to change and worlds to win. Our turn, we're what's new. Me and you, pal, me and you. Feel the flow, hear what's happening. We're what's happening. Now it looks like we can someday just began. It's our heads on the block. Give us room, start the clock. Our dream coming true. Me and you, pal, me and you. Me and you, me and you, me and... Well, I guess it's just me. And this is show number 1, and I had wanted for a very long time to put something together that we could actually hear more of people we already love and be able to chat with them a little more. And so the idea was, we already love you, let's get to know you, kind of thing. I don't know, sometimes I don't begin to understand people at all. They're perfectly willing to throw a perfectly good friendship away. It started out like a song. We started quiet and slow, with no surprise. And then one morning I woke to realize we had a good thing going. It's not that nothing went wrong. Some angry moments, of course, but just a few. And only moments, no more, because we knew we had this good thing going. And if I wanted too much, was that such a mistake? At the time, you never wanted enough Alright, tough. I don't make that a crime. And while it's going along, you take for granted some love will die away. We took for granted a lot, and still I say we could have kept on growing instead of just kept on. We had a good thing going, going, gone. You know who you are. And let's welcome our very first guest ever.
Lovely song.
I
Oh,
know, right? It's from Merrily We Roll Along by Sondheim. It's having a real heyday right now. And so let's put the spotlight on Ron Kurt. Hello, Ron Kurt.
hi there, everybody. Thank you, Trip, for coming up with this really cool idea and for inviting me to be on here. Uh,
You're our inaugural guest. You're our very first. Some people would call that a guinea pig, but I say no, it's a priority. That's what I say. Uh, and that's kind of daunting because, you know, it's all on your shoulders. What did you pick out to do? That's what I want to know.
well, I probably am not going to do everything I picked out. I just picked out enough backing tracks to sing to. I have a couple videos uh, that I
That's
can.
right. And Larry's here, and we're going to show a video of you and Larry in a little bit. What are you going to start us off with, Mr. Kurt? Or maybe I should ask you because you know you told me the cool story the other day that we'll get to about when you first started singing because I always thought that you had been singing since you were a baby. Like that you came out and even when they slapped you, you didn't even cry. You just started singing. Probably something by Sinatra, you know. But when did you start singing?
It would not have been Sinatra. I'm not particularly a Sinatra fan. I don't hate him, um,
I was just
but
thinking in response to being slapped. That's all.
yeah. Uh, well, like most of us, I would sing in the car, in the shower, and around the house. Uh, but I didn't sing publicly until about 31 years ago. I walked into a friend of mine said, "There's this woman I want you to hear. She's a great singer and piano player." And that's all my friend told me. So I went in to this lounge, and this beautiful woman was at the piano, sounded absolutely great, fantastic singer, fantastic piano player. And she was playing, she was older than me, um, and she was playing mostly songs from the Great American Songbook and jazz songs. A few songs after that were sprinkled in, but it was mainly the Great American Songbook. And her name was Kitty Daniels. And so she was playing for about an hour and a half. Nobody else sung. And she would, Kitty, a few times, every few minutes, she'd say, "Well, if any of you have any requests, come on up and tell me." So finally, I went up and said, "Well, hi, Kitty. My name's Ron. Could you play It Had to Be You?" And she said, "Are you going to sing it?" And I said, "Me? No, 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 no. I don't sing." Well, my friend knew that I liked to sing, not in public at that point, but uh, she said, "Oh, Ron, you know you want to do it." And so she goaded me into singing "It Had to Be You" as my first song with Kitty. I knew nothing about keys or anything else, and But Kitty, as she often does when people come up to sing and they don't know their key, she says, just sing the first line off the mic. So I did, and who knows what key I was in. And she's one of those brilliant piano players. In 8 or 10 seconds, she had my key. She diddled around on the keyboard, found my key, and that was the start of everything. Kitty is the reason I'm singing. Kitty is now,
Hooked.
pardon me?
And then you were hooked.
Yes, exactly. I got hooked really quickly. Uh, Kitty is 89 years old now. She plays 4 nights a week at a very ritzy and expensive Italian restaurant and lounge, and sh- she'll anybody can sing with her. She'll play for anybody. You know, it's not really billed as an open mic, but
Yeah, but you know.
so she does it, and she can play in any key. Uh, she's has a cute term for the more difficult keys, like C sharp, D flat, which is the same, or uh, F sharp, G flat. Those keys, depending on the song, are difficult keys for unless you're a really, really good piano player and you're used to transposing,
Yeah, they're
manually.
hard because they all, but they have like a bunch of sharps and flats depending on which. Yeah, they're the most. Yeah, so what are you going to start off with? Speaking of the first time that you sang, it'd be great if you did. It had to be you because that'd be perfect. That'd be a perfect story. Anyway, I'm kidding. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to sing a song, my favorite Ricky Nelson song, Lonesome Town. So let me know how the volume of the music. I I didn't want to stress you, but I'm having problems with my setup, so I'm not going to be using my mixer and microphone. So
Oh
I'm just
no.
going to. But let me play this. Tell me if it's you can't hear it or it's too loud or whatever. Oops, hold on. It's just started.
Perfect.
Good
Perfect.
volume.
Yeah. When we get out of here. So I'll say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Mr. Ron Kurt.
There's a place where lovers go to cry their troubles away, and they call it Lonesome Town, where the broken hearts stay. You can buy a dream or two to last you all through the years, and the only price you pay is a heart full of tears. Going down to Lonesome Town, where the broken hearts stay. Going down to Lonesome Town to cry my troubles away. In this town of broken dreams, streets are filled with regret. Maybe down in Lonesome Town I can learn to forget. This is Tom Saputo playing all the music. Is the balance okay? My voice and the music.
It's terrific. It's almost like we rehearsed it.
I'm singing like you all normally do. I usually go through a mixer with reverb and everything. Going down to Lonesome Town, where the broken hearts play, going down to Lonesome Town to cry my troubles away. In this town of broken dreams, the streets are filled with regret. Maybe down in Lonesome Town I can learn to forget. Maybe down in Lonesome Town I can learn to forget.
Wrong, Kurt. Wrong, Kurt. And there's we.
Yeah.
So, Ron, why would you pick that one to start with?
Well, it's one of my favorite songs. I have about 300 favorite songs, but it's one of them. And I haven't sung it in a while. And I was just going through all my backing tracks, getting ready to pick songs for tonight. And I saw that. Oh, let's do that one. I haven't done it in months.
I went through that the other day. I was getting ready to go to Miriam Birch's memorial, and that they said there was a pianist there, and I haven't looked at sheet music at all, like in a couple of years. I bought this filing cabinet, and then I started going through pile after pile of I could do that, I could do that. So I know what you mean. What are you going to do with the second one? And you don't hear enough Ricky Nelson.
You know, he was he was underrated as to how good he was. He because he was Ozzy and Harriet's son and was on TV. Some people just automatically assumed he really couldn't sing that well, and but he really could. He had a beautiful voice, and he had a lot of natural bluesiness. He wasn't categorized as a blues singer. However, when you listen to him, especially on the ballads, the turn he did with his voice was straight from blues. He just had a blues feel. And yeah, Pamela's saying he was so handsome. That's absolutely true. He was probably one of the best looking young guys at that, when he was young. And he was a little bit better looking than I am.
Well, imagine. Maybe. Do you have a picture to prove that? Because I'd like to see it.
No, no, I don't have any. But
Did,
anyway,
did you have a crush on Ricky Nelson? You can tell me.
oh, I liked him a lot. He was really quite good, and uh, then he learned to play guitar better than he did on the show. Then he was just kind of strumming, and he was in a band, the something Canyon band, and they were quite good. And he wrote songs like Garden Party and others. He really was very, very good, and uh, he doesn't get credit for how good he was.
Well, I think we're going to change all of that right now. So, what are we? Where are we going now, Mr. Kurt?
Well, I thought I would do one of my original songs. Uh, this is called Big Old Lonely Blues, and it's also brilliant Washington, D.C. area musician Tom Saputo playing.
So I didn't know you wrote songs at all. When did you write this?
Oh, years ago, I've written three songs uh, and have had ideas for others. I'm not really a songwriter, but I like melodies. So if something would come to me, and this one, the melody came first, and I played around with different ideas and came up with words. You'll hear I'm certainly not a deep lyric writer. It's a very simple song, but it's blues, so it kind of works. You don't have to necessarily be brilliant in blues. As much as I love blues, and some blues songs are brilliant, but
So when
you
the
know,
melody comes to you as a songwriter, how did you write it down? I mean, did you record it or did you write it? Because you said before you didn't know anything about keys and but so how did you do that?
well, being a singer and liking to sing, I would just, and I love melody, so I would come up with original melodies in my head, and then sometimes I had to alter them, and I could record them on an old cassette tape recorder or something
Yeah.
like that to remember them. I didn't write them down, and I would do them so much, and when I put words to them, eventually I would memorize everything, and but I could only sing it a cappella. So I'm a good friend of Tom Saputo in the Washington D.C. area. He's brilliant, and multi instrumentalist, singer songwriter, accompanist, you name it, and he's top notch. Now he's good enough that if he was in L.A., he would be in the rotation at the Gardenia on the Tuesday nights. He and Wayne Willentz, who's moved out there last year, they both were brilliant. And anyway, so I sang the song in Tom's studio a cappella, and he was just sitting at the keyboard. First, I just sang it completely a cappella. He didn't. He listened intently. Then he said, "Okay, sing it again." And then he was diddling around on the keyboard, I guess finding key and chords and things like that. And then he says, "Okay, sing it again." And that third time when I sang it, he had basically almost what you're going to hear, a finished accompaniment to the song.
Well, I need to find a Tom Saputo. Well, I can't wait to hear it. And I did not. So what is the title of your original song?
Big Ol' Lonely Blues.
Big Ol' Lonely Blues. That sounds like my morning. So everyone's already muted, including me. So go for it.
Okay. Volume okay? I can't get it any louder. I'm so sorry, it may be gory. I gotta read it. I'm sad as I can be. It's really tragic. I need some magic to end my misery. No one wants to love me or keep me satisfied. Oh, don't you hear me? I got the big old lonely blues. I'm always so sad. My life is so bad. There's nothing good for me. All day I just cry. Can't keep my eyes dry. I'm woeful as can be. I always wonder why I'm such a lonely guy. Oh, don't you hear me? I got the big old lonely blues. Nick's okay? So Tom came up with this whole arrangement 10 minutes after I sang it a cappella. If he, if he got used to it more and more, he could make it more elaborate. But this was done in 10 minutes. I got nobody. I'm so lonely. I'm crying in my bed. Somebody help me. Please help me. Wish I was dead. I need someone to love me, to treat me tenderly. Oh, don't you hear me? I got the big old lonely
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank you.
wonderful. You got a great blues voice. Oh, it was great for
Let's put
me.
this on gallery view. I meant to do that. I'm trying to make sure everyone can clap when they want to. One more time, because that was great. And for Mr. Saputo, please, please, please move to Los Angeles. Please,
Yeah.
please. There's a room right over there. I'll feed you.
Well, you already got a friend of Tom's that was big in the D.C. area for years. Wayne Walentz did move out uh, about a year and a half ago, and he is equally brilliant to Tom. In fact, he's in the Gardenia Tuesday night piano featured piano player rotation.
Oh, I didn't know that. I have not been to the Gardenia in a while. I should go. So if anybody wants to ever go, let me know. Uh,
Well, speaking of the gardenia, we can try. I can try to share my screen, and I will play for you my first performance ever at the Gardenia. And Wayne Walentz is playing piano. Dory Amarillo is playing guitar as he always does, and Nate Light is playing string bass. Um, and a friend shot the whole got the whole performance on a phone, but was further back, so the sound isn't bad except my vocals are not. They're a little bit low. If you may want to turn your volume up if you can't hear it. I can't make it any louder than it is. So let me do my first ever attempt at screen sharing. Let me first. I got to get over to the screen I want to share. Um, okay. Then I have to come back to the Zoom control, share content, screen. Um, okay.
you are sharing screen. Well, good for you.
You see that?
I do.
Okay, let me start it up. Let's say the sound is, it's not loud. I can't get it any louder. If you're not at max volume, listeners, just turn your volume. That's Wayne Valencia. Dory Amarillo. Downhearted baby, ever since the day we met. Up and downhearted baby, ever since the day we met. I sing nothing but the blues.
wanted a Cadillac. Bought you $100 dinner, baby. You said, thanks for the snack. Let you stay in a penthouse. You called it a dirty shack. Gave you 7 children, mama, now you wanna be down on it, baby. Ever since the day we met, now I wanna know, how blue can you get? The answer's right here in my heart. Bought you $100 dinner, baby. You said thanks for the snack. Let you stay in my penthouse. You called it a dirty shack. Gave you 7 children, mama, now you wanna give on mine. I've been down on it, baby. Ever since the day we met. Tell me how can you get the answers right here?
Come on now.
In my heart.
Yeah! Go run, go run. Oh, hello.
Okay, can you see me now?
Yep,
And now, oops.
you're a consummate blues singer, baby. You are a blues
Now,
singer.
on my system, I mean, the volume was really low. Was it a struggle to listen to?
It was wonderful. It was great. I
So
thought
you were able to turn your volume up.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's maybe it's because I was sharing screen, but on my system it was even lower volume.
I heard it wonderfully.
Oh, great, great. I was worried about it because I figure, well, I'm sharing the screen. You're all listening. I'm thinking this could be a disaster
Oh,
if it sounded as low to you as it did to me. But then I thought, well, I gotta maybe they can hear it, if they turn their volumes up.
it was
Well,
fine.
I did, and it was almost the picture was so clear. It was like being in the it was like being in the gardenia. It was crystal clear. It was like a virtual experience. And see, this is like when you're going into that uh, uh, I don't know what to call it, but your face when you're doing that stuff. That's why I thought you had been singing forever, because you standing there, you look like you've been doing that always. You look so comfortable, and you're so alive. Your face is vibrant, and it's really fun to watch you sing.
He knows the blues. He knows the blues.
You don't look like you would, but God, you really do, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
yes, he does.
Ay, ay, ay. See, look, she's got his hands up. You could you've got a convert right there, Pamela C. Holmes. I
It really helps with the band because Dory Amarillo is an absolute brilliant guitarist in any genre. And I met him a number of times when I was out there. Uh, Wayne had met him just a few weeks before that at Curry Kelsey's Friday night thing out in
garden, patio garden or garden patio.
Garden
Garden
Cafe.
Cafe.
On one of the Oaks. It's either Sherman Oaks or the
Garden
other.
Cafe.
And anyway, uh, they met and they hit it off instantly because besides both of them being brilliant musicians, they're both uh, Brazilian jazz fanatics, and they've become really good friends. Uh, Whenever when it's his turn to play the Tuesday nights, he loves it because Dory's there the whole time, and they've even apparently been on a couple gigs together. So anyway,
Well,
on that,
that's enough reason to go. I can next time I do, and Wayne's there, I'll say, I'm a friend of Ron Kurtz, and
There you go.
that carries a lot of cachet.
and when you would tell him that, what's he's going? Security, security! Get this guy. He's a friend of Ron Kurtz.
He's found me again.
Uh, so one of the special things, besides the wonderful privilege you're giving me to be the first person to do this, is my special guest star, Larry Davis.
That's
So
like a
we-
segue.
we've had a three things of me. It's about time I get my special guest star to come on.
Well,
Larry Davis.
let's put the spotlight on Mr. Davis, who is unmuted, and add the spotlight there. Oh, look at you two. So I have your video that I can share if you want. The Jesse, is this a good time? Maybe.
Well, yeah, because this when Wayne was here, I knew that this was one of his favorite songs, and I got up.
So now, how did you two meet?
How did we meet? Wayne, let's see. At the other side, wasn't it?
Yeah, in 2009. I,
2009.
I have friends that had moved from Fort Lauderdale to Pasadena a few years before that, who Larry knows,
Yeah,
Christina and Ellen.
yeah.
And so they were showing me around and they liked music. So we went to the other side and Brian Miller was playing piano and it was open mic and Larry was there. And of course, I got hooked on that. Brian Miller was such a sweetheart and such a fabulous piano player. Sadly, for those, I guess you all know he passed away a number of years ago to
Yeah,
cancer.
a couple years
But
ago.
but anyway, Larry and I became like instant friends, and we went around to a bunch of the piano bars on that trip. 2 years later, I came back again and did the same thing, and then when I was in 2022 at the end, well, after the lockdowns were over and I felt safe to travel, I went out to LA again. And yeah, Larry and I spent a lot of time together, and at the Garden Cafe, the Gardenia, uh, Stony Point. Well, another person that I met way back in 2009 is the brilliant multi-genre genius Greg Gliena,
Yeah.
songwriter, piano player, screenwriter, actor, director, and so I sang with Greg Gliena at the other side, both in 2009. He was playing one night at the other side, and then he wasn't playing at Stony Point at that point. But now, more recently, he's at Stony Point. So on this latest trip, I went 2 or 3 Saturdays while I was out there and sang with Greg at the Stony Point. So there's a few other people that I met. Um, David Johnson, who passed away last year, great guy. I think I did meet him back then, but I didn't really have a conversation or really get to know him until the Zooms. Uh, so anyway, enough about me. How about something about Larry Davis?
Uh,
Well, let's show this little video that he sent, and let's. Okay, I do that like. And now, because I'm such an expert on screen sharing myself, so, hello, Mr. Davis.
Hi.
I want to ask you, do you have a different version, or is that pretty accurate
Uh, Different version of what?
of how you two met? It could be.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty accurate. Uh, we had fun at the other side. Uh, uh, we sang a blues called "Hurry On Down," and it was quite something. And later on, another person joined us, Joe Hoy. I don't
Yeah,
know if people knew that. So there was a trio of us singing this low down, kind of nasty blues, and we'll have to do it again sometime.
yeah.
Well, let's take a look.
Even in the best of relationships,
Oops, I'm sorry.
there are misunderstandings. And sometimes these misunderstandings lead to very painful sadness. Jesse, come home. There's a hole in the bed where we slept. Now it's growing cold. Jesse, your face in the place where we lay by the hearth, all apart. It hangs on my heart, and I'm keeping alive.
Uh-oh, it went off. Hello? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And they're shaded in gray. And I still set a place on
Are you not seeing it?
the table at noon.
Off and on.
I'm keeping it live on the stair. No.
Well, I could sing it without the video.
Is it me? Is it because I'm muted?
Jesse,
I don't know.
Because I hear it.
lonely.
Oh, let me see.
See,
Okay, so you're not hearing it at all.
hearing it.
I'm hearing it now. They unmuted. You can hear it's fine now, Trip. You probably leave it alone for now.
Now,
Jess, the spread on the bed is, well, it's just like when you left. I've kept it up for you. All the blues and the green. They've been recently cleaned. And they're almost like new. Yes. Me and you, we can turn off that light on the stair. I'll mess with your hair and we'll sleep unaware. Hey, Jeff, I'm lonely. Come out,
Oh.
please. Come out.
thank you, Larry.
Oh.
You heard his voice. You heard Ron's voice at the end. Thank you, Larry.
I did. We could isolate that and just play it over and over if you would like. It would be like it's going to be my new phone ringer. Whenever. So, did we put this on Gallery View to show you how great that was? Because we should. So, I know lots of you are on mute, but you can visualize.
Thank you. It's a great song, and Ron liked it so much, and I made sure that he got to hear it in person.
So, when I asked Ron, well, I sent a thing out, but Ron was the first to respond. And the very first words out of his mouth were, "We have to get Larry Davis." Like the first thing, it was. So I'm so happy that it worked out, that you could do this. And
Well, I'm loving being here for him and for all of y'all. But Ron is very special. He is something very special.
well, he's been very sweet to me, I'll tell you that. So, what are you going to sing for Ron and the rest of us?
Well, I've got the coffee song.
Oh,
Oh, I love the coffee song. Well, let's give you your own spotlight. Let's do that. I mean, it's fun to share the stage with you, but I don't want to get my hopes up and a false sense of reality. Let's see. And I'm removing the spotlight. And Ron, I did not mean to stop your video. I was just trying to turn off your spotlight. Please turn it back on. Yeah, I'm so good at this. So, Larry Davis, I have gotten to see you for about 192 weeks in a row, and you always dazzle me. And even when I was watching the video, I was watching like an acting lesson. It's just wonderful to watch you. You bring. I think I wrote recently, but you have this ability to make me hear songs in a completely different way. And on Saturday, when you did It's Today from MAME, it's a song I thought about doing. I had the lyrics with me, but it sounded like you could have been in a pulpit in a Harlem church converting us into believing in hope. That's what it sounded like to me. It was amazing. And what are you going to top that? Why don't you?
I can't top it, but hey, we'll try a coffee song because this is one of Ron's favorites. So we'll try this too.
All
Okay.
right. So I'm shutting up, and here comes Larry. And I can't mute. That's right. I'm not allowed to mute.
Here we go.
What can I?
Can you hear it? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear it great.
Yes.
Way down among Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the billions, so they've got a lot of coffee cups to fill. They got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. Hey, you won't find cherry soda cause they gotta fill their quota. And it looks to me as if they never will. They got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. No tea, no tomato juice, you'll see. No potato juice, cause the planters down in Santa's all say, no, no, no. A politician's daughter was accused of drinking water and was fined a great big $100 bill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. Oba, oba. Here. Shake it if you got it. Oh, yeah. Ah, ah, ah. Oh, go Trip, go Trip.
Don't encourage me.
Listen, no tea, no tomato juice, you'll see. No potato juice, that's vodka, isn't it? Cause the planters down in Santa's all say, no, no, no. Oh. A politician's daughter was accused of drinking water, and she was fined a great big $100 bill. Cause they put coffee in their coffee in Brazil. Nay, 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 you won't find latte in Brazil. But if you want coffee, and you want it hot and strong and black with just a little bit of cream, well, you better get yourself some coffee in Brazil. Ole. Whoa, I got to.
Bravo.
Keep going. You could have kept going. Let's put that back so you can see all of your fans. I'm still trying to figure out somehow to get it onto Facebook. I have tried a million times. I just don't know what's going on with it. So if you see, let me just try one more time. So what else are you going to do for us, Larry? Or did you have something else picked out?
Yeah. I've got a song that I find very important today.
An important song, you say?
I didn't know that it would become so important, but the way the world's going, it's just kind of nuts.
Well, the problem with the world is people. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of them. Some of them
Well,
are troublemakers.
years ago, on a children's TV show, a little frog got up to sing, and I think he made a big difference in the way things were going. But now this was years ago. Unfortunately, that little frog hasn't sung this song in a long time, and it had to do with color. And I got to find it. I didn't know I was going to go back to back with the.
I didn't know either. We're making this up as we go along. But Kermit is my higher power.
Oh, he's my higher power. He's wonderful. And I don't know if the show is watched as well as it was at the time that I heard this song. Anyway, it's called Being Green, and it's sort of a national anthem for me. Hope you like it.
I treasure it. Larry Davis.
It's not that easy being green. Having to live your life the color of leaves, when it's easier being red or yellow or gold. Something much more colorful like that. It's just not that easy being green. It seems like you blend in with too many other ordinary things and people tend to pass you over because you're not standing out like shiny sparkles on the water or stars in the sky. But listen, green is the color of spring. And green can be cool and friendly like. Green can be big like an ocean or important like a mountain or tall as a tree. When green is all there is to be. It can make you wonder why. But why wonder? Why wonder? I'm green. And it suits me just fine because it's beautiful. And I think it's what I'd like to be. What a cute little frog he was. The lesson should be taught right now. Green is the color of spring, and green can be cool and friendly like. Green can be big like an ocean or important like a mountain. As a tree. when green is all there is to be. Hey, it could make you wonder why. But why wonder? Listen, I'm green. It suits me just fine. 'Cause it's beautiful. And I think that's what I want to be. But listen, it ain't easy. No.
Bravo, Larry. Thank you. That was gorgeous.
Roy Davis, let's put this on gallery view for 1 second. So I'm very serious about Kermit. Every time I go to a new venue, it's always the first song I sing, Rainbow Connection,
Yes!
and I used to
The other
go,
one.
and I used to go before important events, like the first time I sang at the Gardenia, or when I was doing the show at the Hollywood Fringe, or if I was starting something, I would go to Jim Henson Studios and I would stand under the giant Kermit statue and commune with him and ask for his advice, because Kermit and I had a lot in common, which is we were just dying to put our talented friends in a spotlight. So that's what Kermit and I like to do, and also we like pigs, and so if there are any pigs watching, I'm clearly alone. So Ron, should we go back to you? And do you have another
Wait a
song?
minute. Wait a minute. Let me
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Davis. See, look at
I
me.
need to thank you for having me be a part of this first venture, and to be along with my good buddy Ron. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's fun to hear more out of you. You have more, right? You still have another song or two, right? Maybe one, two.
Try to find another one.
Well, you have some time. Let's go back to Ron. What else what's another side of you that we need to know? I know that you're a big blues fan. I'm going to take the spotlight off of Larry for 1 second and let him search. So thank you, Mr. Davis. You're coming back, though, I assure you.
Thank you, Larry.
I know I'm going to grab your CDs in a second because I want to show them to people, but I'll do that. I know that you did an entire Elvis, right? You did an entire Elvis CD, and then you did an Elton John, I think. So Elvis to Elton John, I bet they had the same dry cleaner. I bet they did, because those outfits are tough.
Yes.
So do you have an Elvis tune maybe, or what do you got? What else would you like to sing, my friend?
Yes. And not only is it an Elvis tune, but it's a seasonal tune.
Oh, see, look at how brilliant I am. I can't. I'm not. Go ahead, Mr. Kurt. Go ahead.
So in 1956, when Elvis became world famous, recording for RCA Victor, he had been with Sun Records for a couple of years before that and had some regional hits in the Southeast, but he wasn't really known around the country. And Sam Phillips of Sun Records sold Elvis's contract to RCA for $35,000. And of course, RCA probably was the biggest recording company in the world, and they had the money to put behind him, and it shot him to fame. So at the end of the year, they released his first Christmas EP, which was 45 RPM with 4 songs, 2 on each side. And EP standard for extended play. So it's like a mini album. And this was my favorite song. Blue Christmas was on that one, which is, people are very familiar. But again, we're going to hear Tom Saputo playing all the music on this Elvis Presley Christmas tune.
Well, thank you, Mr. Saputo. I'm a fan.
Well, it's Christmas time, pretty baby. The snow is falling on the ground. It's Christmas time, pretty baby. The snow is falling on the ground. You be a good little girl now. Santa Claus is back in town. Got no sleigh with reindeer, no pack on my back. You'll see me coming in a big black Cadillac. Christmas time, pretty baby. The snow is falling on the ground. You be a good little girl now. Santa Claus is back in town. Tom Saputo. Hang up your pretty stocking. Turn out the light. Santa Claus be coming down your chimney tonight. Christmas time, pretty baby. Snow is falling on the ground. You be a good little girl now. Well, Santa Claus is back in town. Yeah. You be a good little girl now. Santa Claus is back in town. You be a good little girl now. Santa Claus is back in town.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Santa Claus.
Well, let's put this on gallery view so everyone you can see anyway. What and I'm still, believe it or not, trying to get us on Facebook. I'm trying to narrow down what could have possibly happened. But anyway, I wanted to show you these fabulous CDs that. Look at you with the dark hair, Mister. So let's put this on speaker, and that way it will automatically go back and forth. So come over to me. So anyway, and then we've got you and Mr. Saputo right here. There you go. Let's take you out of the spotlight. Okay, just for 1 second. And then we have the Elvis Presley area. That's right here.
Yeah, got that one.
And oh yeah, well I have something for you, Mr. Davis. Dun dun dun.
That's the first one.
Uh,
I was better then too.
No, I have used it while doing body work on people. Sometimes there's a particular track that is particularly conducive to a therapeutic environment.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to embarrass you. Let's go back to let's see. There we go. And hello, my friend.
Ron.
Hello. Well, I wanted. I told you about my friend Kitty Daniels, first person I ever sang with, and I still sing with her. I sang with her last Monday, and on my phone I got one of her entire songs, except for like the first word. I turned on the phone after the first word had been sung. but it's Kitty, 89 years old, playing 4 nights a week with her drummer Majid, uh, and this was at Donatello's Italian Restaurant and Lounge last Monday in Tampa, and again, it was shot on a phone, so you may have to turn the volume up. By the way, Trip, I think I learned a couple things about sharing screen. You all could hear the Gardenia video well. I could hardly hear it, but maybe it's because I was sending it out. Then the other thing, when Larry's video from the Gardenia was playing, and I understand why you would do it, you decided to mute, I guess, but I think what we learned is when you're sharing screen or sound, you can't mute because
Yeah, I did. Wow, that's it has. May that be the hardest lesson I learn tonight.
It's okay.
so I'm going to share screen, and this is a shorter one. That Gardenia performance was 6 or 7 minutes long, I think, but this is like 3.5 minutes. Kitty Daniels on piano and vocals, and Majid playing drums. So let me go to share content. Oh, let me select it, get it keyed up. Okay, now I got to come back to Zoom, share content, share screen. Okay. Start broadcast. Counts down from 3.
Uh-oh. Okay. There.
Okay,
See?
that's Kitty, and the first word or two of the song she's already sung at this point, but here we go.
And drops for noses and whispers on kittens. Bright cocktails and warm rhythm. Brown paper packages tied up with string. These are the pieces of my favorite things. These are the tones and pick up a screw. Doorbells and sleigh bells and Mr. with news, how we step by with the moon on their wings. You got a few of my favorite things. The blues sensation, no breaks that stay on my nose, and eyelashes, silver fragrances that melt into flame. These are the beauty of my favorite things. feeling sad. I can't remember my favorite things and that's when I don't feel so bad.
Absolutely delightful. She is absolutely delightful.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was telling Ron the other day that I think every community somewhere has a jazz pianist like that. We used to have Marie at Marie's and the Five Oaks. She was the New York version of Kitty. So
She's a jazz legend. She got a plaque from the mayor, and he named one day Kitty Daniels Day, and he first person I ever sang with, and I sang with her again last Monday. All these years I've been singing with her. At first 4 or 5 years I was singing, I made every mistake a new singer could possibly make, and I invented some new mistakes, and I was going to quit. One time I was at Kitty's piano bar, and I said, "Oh, I'm awful, Kitty. I'm not going to. I got to stop. I'll just come. I love you. I'll come and just listen to you. I don't want to sing anymore." She says, "Don't you dare do that. I hear potential. You just keep singing, whether you're nervous or not, whether you make mistakes or not. Just go through it." And I did, and she has been encouraging me like that still. She's still very encouraging, and with everyone, not just me, of course. But
so if you could please have Kitty call me tomorrow morning, that'd be great. That'd be really good for me. Everyone should have a Kitty like that. Or any of you who would like to pretend to be Kitty, I won't really know. So you could just call and say things like that to me. That'd be nice. Everybody should have that. And that was how many years? 31 years, right?
21 years, yeah.
31
And
years.
so I would not be singing if it wasn't for Kitty Daniels.
So
And
you met her during the Clinton administration. Wow.
so
You
yeah,
met her because of Monica Lewinsky. I'm sure of it. I'm sorry. I see things. I know things. I can't always divulge how. What did you sing last Monday?
pardon me.
What did you sing the last time you were with her? You said you saw her last month.
Last Monday, yeah. Well, she will play for anybody, but the venue doesn't bill it as an open mic. Uh, so I was the only guest singer, and she has when you sing with Kitty, you sing two songs at a time. And she called me up 4 times, so I did 8 songs with her in the space of 2.5 hours.
Oh, so this is nothing. So you did 8 songs in the space of
About 2.5 hours.
about 2.5 hours. Okay, so that would be 150. So like a song every 20 minutes. Well,
Yeah.
that's a pretty easy gig when you think. All right.
And of course, she sang all the songs between my call-ups. And if there had been other singers, they would have been worked in to the rotation as well. Uh, so uh, I thought for the next song, I've talked about Wayne Valence. Uh, when he was still in D.C., during the pandemic, he used to do a Thursday night singers workshop. Different singers would host it in their house, and if they had a piano, fine. If not, he would bring his electric piano.
Oh, I would love to do that.
And it was like a master class. He only would have like 8 people maximum, and you'd each pay $30, and then he would accompany you and give each singer a half an hour and critique you and all that. Well, during the
Oh, lovely.
pandemic, he switched to Zoom, and for $30, not only did you get this masterful musician critiquing you for half an hour, and of course you're learning from the other seven people, whatever they're learning. But he would, in advance, he'd say, email me a song or two that you want to do. And he would record a backing track just on piano, but he's a brilliant pianist. So what you're going to hear is Wayne Willentz, the backing track that he made just for class. It was never intended to be a commercial recording, but you'll hear how good he is on the piano. And
Well, if he still does that, I'm very serious. That would be great to do. I would do that here in a heartbeat. But so take it away, Wayne, and you too, Mr. Ron Kurt.
well, one genre I haven't done so far is Great American Songbook. So there's Wayne Willentz on piano, and this is a Great American Songbook classic with the music written by my favorite music composer of that era, Harold Arlen. So here we go. The night is bitter, stars have lost their glitter, the winds grow colder, suddenly you're older, all because of the gal that got away. No more her eager call, the writings on the wall, the dreams you've dreamed, where they've all slipped away. The gal that won you has gone off and undone you. That great beginning has seen the final inning. I don't know what happened. It's all a crazy game. No more the all-time thrill, for you've been through the mill, and never a new love will be the same. Good riddance, goodbye. Every trick of hers you're on to, but fools will be fools, and where she gone to, the road gets rougher, gets lonelier and tougher. With hope you burn up, tomorrow she may turn up. There's no letter, the live long night or day. Ever since the world began, there is nothing sadder than a one girl guy looking for the gal that got away.
Oh, Mr. Kurt, you can carry a torch. Wow, so you've done a torch. Well, you're all over the place. That's a very good. That's a very good repertoire you have. How many songs do you have in your repertoire?
200.
200. So at an average of 3 minutes a song, that's 600 minutes. So you could sing for 10 hours straight. Let's see if we can do it.
Yes. And tonight I'm going to.
Come on, let's do it.
Well, I think this will be my last song, but
Well, we should ask Larry if he's got another one too, because we should end with you if this is your last one.
okay, yeah, let's hear more from Larry.
Okay.
Larry, do you have one more for us? And then,
One more. I hadn't planned it, but hey, let's do it. This is one of my favorite songs, and I wish I had the video to it because, and you can go online, just go Larry, Nature Boy, Larry Davis.
oops, I did it again, Ron. I'm sorry. I was just trying to
Nature
take the
Boy.
spotlight off of you. Oh, and now it's me. Why am I here? Hello.
The song is called Nature Boy.
Hold on, hold on. Oh, Larry. Oh. I'm sorry. Oops. I did not mean to do that. Please come back. I didn't. I was trying to take the spotlight. I'm not trying to hog
There
the
we
show,
go.
I swear.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was.
No, it's me. My hands don't always do exactly what I want them to.
Watch those hands. Watch those hands.
Well, yeah. There's a reason I don't play piano anymore. There you are, Larry. Now you're back.
There we go. It's the song "Nature Boy" comes from a movie, actually, a movie protesting war back in the 50s, I believe. Uh, uh, the movie was called "The Boy with the Green Hair." Now, it was a black and white movie, but Dean Stockwell, a young actor at that time, a child actor, played the boy with the green hair. The the whole film was in black and white, and yet and still they gave him green hair. One day he washed his hair, and it turned out to be a protest of war. And it's a lovely movie. I was a kid at that time, and I remembered it so well. And I just think it's probably should be back. We should have it back. So the song was written by, oh, I forgot his name. His first name is Eden. Uh, Looked like a hippie.
Um,
The song I'm going to sing. You could go online and on YouTube and get it. Larry Davis, Nature Boy, because they made a small film, a beautiful little film of me performing it, actually in a church, a small church. And
I'll see if I can find that.
yeah, if I had it handy, I would just tell you. But you can go online. It's
Well, I'm going to go online right now and see if I can find it while you're.
oh, okay.
See if we can.
Shall I proceed or?
Yeah, go ahead, please. And while you're doing that, I'll see if I can find it. And I'll put myself on mute, and then everybody else already is. So take it away, Mr. Davis.
Okay. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. He was a little shy. He was sad of eye, but very wise. Oh, so wise was he. And then one day, one magic day, he walked my way. And though we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me. He said, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. It's Ron Snyder on piano. He said he was a little shy and sad of eye. But oh, so very wise was he. And then one day, one magic day, he walked my way. And though we spoke of many things, fools, kings, this he said to me. Listen, he said, the greatest thing that you will ever learn is just to love. So simple, so great.
Great, Larry. I love how you end it. Everyone else says to love and be loved in return, but you ended on the word love, and that was you did it on your album that way as well. And it's it's brilliant, it's appropriate, and you're the only one I've ever heard that does it that way.
Well, I think love has kind of disappeared. Well, it hasn't disappeared, no, but it's not stressed anymore.
Well, I haven't been able to locate your
Okay,
website, but can you try giving me the address one more time?
okay, it's called Larry Davis. Let's see, or Nature Boy by Larry Davis.
At LarryDavis.com or .net or
It's just it's just YouTube. YouTube.
okay, let's go to YouTube. Okay, that's all I need.
and uh, there's a dash after it, and it says Subterra Film. It was filmed uh, in a in an old church, which I insisted on, and I insisted on cello. I love the cello so much.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's.
Huh?
Well, because we'll never get a chance. So I'll show. Okay, hold on. Okay.
We were having trouble because there was another Larry Davis living, and he was black, but he was a gangster.
Look how handsome you are. Look at that.
Oh, that's from the film. It's wonderful.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad am I, but very wise was he. And then one day, one magic day, he walked my way. Though we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing that you will ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. He was a little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, one magic day, he walked my way. And though we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me. He said, the greatest thing that you will ever learn
Great, Larry.
Oh my gosh, that's riveting. I'm gonna watch that over and over. Oh, this is my this is how I spend my spare time.
Well, here you got it double. You got me in person and you got me on film. So
Well, I can't decide which I like more. I'll take the in-person one. But you look like you walked out of a film noir, right? With that was great.
it was beautiful. I wish they had stuck around and filmed some more of my stuff, but they didn't. So, but they did a great job, and I loved it. But if you ever get to see this movie, I don't know if called The Boy with the Green Hair. It's so beautiful and so it would be welcome right now with all the wars that are going on. So
Well, I'm going to take a look for it, but seriously, I am. Before we go, so Larry, I can't thank you enough for agreeing to drop in, and
you, thanks for asking me, Ron. Thank you for having me. Goodness.
Oh, anytime, Larry.
and we're going to take the spotlight of you. And thank you so
Thank
much.
you
It's so
so
nice
much.
that you would come out. Let's see. Okay.
Thank you so much, Trip. It's
Oh
wonderful.
well, I'm very happy to have people that speak to me. That's always nice. And let's put the. Hello, Ron. So I'm going to look up a closing song. I was going to. Well, never mind what I was going to do. We're here, and I'm going. But here's what I am going to do, though. I will figure out why it's refusing to go onto Facebook. And I have been trying, but as soon as this we conclude, the video will process, and when it does, I will post it immediately, and so I can make true on my word that we were going to go live and blah blah blah. All I have these great plans, Ron. See, that's the thing. I have these plans. It's anyway. Give us a closer number, and maybe I can figure out what I'm doing, Mr. Chris. It's been wonderful getting to know you a little bit. I didn't find out about your favorite foods or your hobbies or anybody you might be secretly dating, but we will save that for next time. And I'm not sure if before you do, if Pamela, if you're next week, are you next week? Or we were thinking, we don't know. It could be Pamela, it might be Michael Rains, but we're trying to see what Melissa is doing. So in the event that they ever hear this or see this, but the idea is that I would, because I'm a big queen, would go and look at her fabulous closets because they're amazing. It may not work out. It's a great idea, but you have seen where my great ideas have gotten me. So it could be a disaster. And but anyway, we will have something for you guys next week. It may not be at 6, so please watch your mailboxes. And let me put the spotlight back on you by getting rid of the one on me. There. Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks again, Trip, for having Larry and I on, and Laura and Pamela and Scott, who left early. It's so nice of you to tune in. It was a small group, but we love you anyway.
Well, for now it's small, but many people will see this. Don't worry. I assure you.
So I thought, because of the times, Larry was mentioning how meaningful It Ain't Easy Being Green is. That speaks to all times as well. And this is the song that it's my favorite lyrics of any song. I'm very melody oriented. I pick songs entirely because of melody, and then I learn the words. But my brain always goes to the melody even when I'm performing. I'm learning to try to interpret lyrics, and my mentor is Larry Davis because he tells the story of the song. But this set of lyrics I believe in, and you'll all know the song. And a late friend of mine named Wally J played music for me. So this is a classic song with a message. So here goes. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possession. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you join us, and the world will be as one. We miss you, John Lennon.
Oh, Ron Kurt. Ron Kurt. Wow, let's put this on gallery view real fast so everybody can see how great you are. Okay. Be great.
Thank you.
Well, maybe not. So I'm sort of going live on my phone, but it's on my page. It's I'm not sure. Okay, let's try that. Ah, there we go. Ha ha ha! I have broken you out of that spell. Well, I want to thank Pamela C. Hillman. You are the first to see this, and Laura Hansen. I know that You look so wonderful, and work. Thank you so much because I know you're busy, and it's nice that you were here. And I'm going to take this out of full screen, and then I will do this in a moment. So let's see. So this is from Merrily We Roll Along, and it's particularly appropriate, at least for me. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay. It started out like a song. We started quiet and slow, with no surprise. And then one morning, I woke to realize we had a good thing going. It's not that nothing went wrong. Some angry moments, okay, but just a few. And only moments, no more, because we knew we had a good thing going. And if I wanted too much, was that such a mistake at the time? You never wanted enough. Alright, tough. I don't make that a crime. And while we're going along, you take for granted some love will die away. We took for granted a lot, and still I say we could have kept on growing instead of just kept on. We had a good thing going. Gone. That's our show, everybody.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I don't know, sometimes I don't begin to understand people at all. They're perfectly willing to throw a perfectly good friendship away. It started out like a song. We started quiet and slow, with no surprise. And then one morning I woke to realize we had a good thing going. It's not that nothing went wrong. Some angry moments, of course, but just a few. And only moments, no more, because we knew we had this good thing going. And if I wanted too much, was that such a mistake at the time. You never wanted enough. Alright, tough. I don't make that a crime. And while it's going along, you take for granted some love will die away. We took for granted a lot, and still I say we could have kept on growing instead of just kept on. We had a good thing going. Gone. You know who you are.